Oh, it's time. Time to get radical.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Comment of the Week for January 31st through February the 6th, 2022. These are the various comments from that time period. Quickly before I get into things, I want to say I've devised a bit of a plan to help people figure out which one of their comments were the honorable mention. Before I upload these, I will give you a heart. So if you get a heart on a comment from like 7 months ago, then that was one of these honorable mentions. Speaking of the honorable mentions, they go to MBK Silent, Red Strass 97, and Brett DeRuse. The bronze medal comes to us from Red Strass 97. I don't see it as scripted, talking about the NFL or that Chiefs game. I see it as the Chiefs being greedy. I see it as a cocky move thinking that they had this game won. No way Patrick Mahomes would jeopardize his career and want to lose this game. Patrick Mahomes is supposed to be the next GOAT, and even the NFL loves this guy. If it was fixed, Patrick Mahomes would be untouchable with all the questionable calls favoring him. The very fact that Patrick Mahomes has not been to the Super Bowl these last 2 years just proves that the NFL is not rigged. Now let's talk about the Bucs game. Do you think Matt Stafford really doesn't want to go to the Super Bowl? Look, you put on an NFL helmet and you try to dive for a moving football while 20 other people are doing the same thing. The helmet bars do miss with your vision while running at full speed. It's not secured as it would be. Also, you can only look so far to your side due to how it's constructed. It's hard to see out of the corner of your eye at times. Also, players are human, and miscommunication does happen even to the best players. We're talking about players that want to make the most money they can on the stage and show all their stuff in the playoffs. Of course, the games are going to be close. They are putting everything they got into it at this point. No reason not to. Okay. We do disagree on how we see the NFL. You see it. You don't see it as scripted. I don't see it as like WWE scripted, but I know something's going on. Now, I think it might be when it gets to the playoffs and the Super Bowl, then that's when they start doing the heavy scripting and doing the writing and whatnot. Maybe early in the season, the regular games, of course, the preseason, I think that stuff probably not scripted, you know. Now, you talked about how Patrick Mahomes wouldn't want to jeopardize his career and throw a game. Well, you know, what makes you think I was giving people the assumption that he threw it himself because he wanted the Bengals to win? That wasn't making any sense. No, I think it's the NFL. The NFL wanted him to throw that game. You talked about all the games are going to be close. You know? No. There's too many games that were decided by maybe a field goal or less. Too many obvious things in the playoffs. I'll leave it there. You know? I mean, if it was up to me, Red Strass 97, you wouldn't have had one of the best 3 comments of that week, and I wouldn't have this awkward situation to where I have to reply to you and we have a difference here. But it is what it is. It's the format. This was the 3rd best comment of that week. Thank you, Red. The silver medal comes to us from... And also, you could tell that this is not rigged. Well, I don't know if there's any rigging that goes on here. This is not rigged. This is organic. These are the best comments of the week. Why would I choose a word like this that I will butcher this? If this was rigged, why would I choose this? Zenith and Zarda. I just feel silly because I know I butchered that, you know. I don't like getting words a little wrong. I don't, you know. So my apologies. Zenith and Zarda. XZ will just call you. The chance that Tommy and Company, Tommy Tellerico, invented sock puppet accounts to respond to the investor page is at least, 87.3%? There's at least a few comments meant exactly as a funnel to their statement of facts, with leading questions that anyone would object to. Also, it's strange how even sugar products and motorized sugar products and motorized scooters are launching without issue. And now we've got at least 4 retro enthusiast products which have proven themselves to physically exist. A500 Mini, Playdate, Evercade, Steam Deck, etc. The Amico was announced in 2018. The Steam Deck was revealed in July 2021 and is already in reviewers' hands. When the chips are down, Tommy could sell his multiple man caves worth of Spider-Man merch, but I suppose he'd want one more day with it all and would sooner sell his soul to Mephisto. Did I say that right? Mephisto? Yeah, all kind of errors in here. I'm ashamed. Just to let the Amico live. Or his priceless vinegar collection, which surely has gone flat by now due to being stored in a file cabinet instead of casks. Or all the New York Yankees collectibles he has, like that ring he paid $2,500 for, from the past time that was rendered obsolete by video games, giving a better ROI versus waiting 2 to 3 hours or worse, up to 8, for a man in a hat to run around a diamond after hitting a ball. Or, there's a couple of horses he could let out to stud, so to speak. After all, is a man with only 1 horse less than a man with 3 horses when he's the only one riding a horse? Sorry the yawn there during that. I'm a bit tired tonight. That last thing was a riddle, wasn't it? I'm trying to figure out this riddle. Is a man with only 1 horse less than a man with only 3 horses when he is the only one riding the horse? I will say, unless you're Ron Jeremy, you are going to be less than the horse. Let's see here. I don't know. I don't have any horses, so I don't know. How many horses do you need to be a man, though? Right? How much Spider-Man merch do you need to be a man? How many Ferraris do you need to be a man? I don't know if all that's needed to be a man, but I tell you one thing you need to be a man. You need an Amico to be a man. No, you don't need that to be a man. If you believe in something, you should put your money behind it. Put a lot of your money behind it. Sell your stuff. Sell your stuff. Tommy, you should have sold your stuff. But he didn't want to sell his stuff. He wanted other people's money. He wanted investors. He wanted other people's money for that crap console. And it didn't work. The Amico is in no one's hands. No one's hands. It's not out in stores. It's a failure. Well, it's not even a failure because it didn't even come out. We never had a chance to see it fail. We never had a chance to see the Amico fail because it never even got to stores. Even if one would have got to a store and somebody could have bought it, gave it a review on YouTube, then there would have been something. But no. We were robbed of that. Yeah, the chip shortage. Steam Deck, Playdate, A500 Mini, the Evercade. These things came out. So why was there just a chip shortage for the Amico? Was it using some next generation chip? No. It was using a very common chip. It was using a Pringle. It was using a freaking potato chip. That's what it was using. They could have found chips for the Amico. Just go to your local grocery store. Thank you, Zenith and Zarda. And now, the shiny, shiny gold medal comes to us from Brandon Mccaskill. Also, this is your first gold medal. I'm far from being that rigged NFL games guy, but as a Chiefs fan, I've watched every game Mahomes has played. He's money at the end of half situations. You watch the play right before the play in question, at the end of the first half. Mahomes is aware of all the time, doesn't have a quick open receiver, smartly throws it in the dirt. So you're telling me, the very next play, he just forgets what the fuck is going on and tosses a backwards pass to an out wide Hill who is being double teamed. I call BS. Let's not forget, after the Chiefs got everything they wanted in the entire first half with almost comical ease against a pathetic Bengals defense, all of a sudden, the Chiefs went the whole second half scoreless to the very last drive of regulation. Which, by the way, they drove down the field with the same relative ease that they did the entire first half. They get into the red zone with a perfect amount of time to get it in the end zone and leave next to no time left on the clock. They run 3 plays in a row where Mahomes doesn't pull the trigger on a single throw. He runs around after being pressured and runs out of bounds for minimal gains. If you watch the plays, he has Kelk, is that how you say that? Kelk? Come open on his main read for a throw he makes in his sleep while moving out of the pocket. The next play, Pringle, is almost uncovered on his route. Yet, on both plays, Mahomes scurries for minimal runs. The third down play is glaringly poorly executed. Mahomes has all day to throw to the end zone while escaping the pocket, or at worst, throw the ball away. No, he runs backwards, back and forth, and I swear it's almost like he's waiting for someone to sack him. It took forever for a defender to get to him, and it turns into a huge loss. Did that look anything like the Mahomes who was dropping dimes on command in the clutch against Buffalo? Like he has done in the clutch his whole playoff career. Hell, did anyone notice his first interception? He basically soft-tossed it right to the DL, who was right in his line of sight. His second one, in overtime, he throws a floater to Hill in double coverage when he has a wide-open receiver coming across the middle. Poor execution from one of the most clutch QBs we've ever seen? Guess. No, it was not. For whatever reason, Patrick Mahomes threw that game. This right here is a Chiefs fan saying it. It's a bit different, I think, when you're a fan, a particular fan of a team that follows these players. I don't follow the Chiefs like this guy does. Brandon, you know a whole lot more about football in general, I would admit. I'm just reading this and I'm like, okay, I'm more of a casual fan. You know your stuff. Other people, other Chiefs fans came by and they said, that's not Patrick Mahomes. That's not Patrick Mahomes. Maybe Patrick Mahomes, maybe at the half was roofied. I'd say it was Bill Cosby that came and roofied him or whatever, but no, he's not female. Did someone slip something in Patrick Mahomes' drink at the half? Okay? There's no explanation for that Patrick Mahomes. It was playing like, he's playing like the worst quarterback in the league. So a lot of people, they won't even pay attention. And here's the magic of it. A lot of people won't even pay attention to the details like Brandon did. They'll just say, you know what? Psh, yeah, come on now, right? He just, he got a little cocky. Come on now. He didn't get cocky. He threw the game. And on that last drive, are you telling me that's Patrick Mahomes? That defense was not the best defense in the league. That defense, that Bengals defense, could not do that to Patrick Mahomes unless he wanted it done to him. He scrambled around, he run around. He wasn't going to pass that football. It's like he said, Brandon, he was waiting to be sacked. You could be playing Madden. You can make the Chiefs lose the game if you want to. You can run around until the computer will come and sack you. That's exactly what happened. Patrick Mahomes threw that game.